everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're having another week of Clear Your Shit. So this is what, week 5 of Clear Your Shit now? It is Saturday, November 29th. We are almost in December, which is, this month has gone by like so fast, I feel like. We have new prompts. The thing is, I did not get to finish last week's prompts. I was doing a couple reading vlogs at the same time. I was doing Clear Your Shit, week 3, and a Wicked reading vlog that also went into week 4. So I was doing a lot of reading that didn't necessarily have anything to do with Clear Your Shit. So I only read a couple things last week, which means we have an extra prompt that we need to take care of. So I think I'm actually gonna go to that one now. That'll be the next one we talk about, which is prompt number 12. So Ariadne takes it upon herself to do a head count, and it seems, oddly enough, that the librarian is no longer with us. There have been no doors, no secret places she could have slotted through, and even Hawthorne seems perturbed by this. Of course, there seems to be a light coming from around a corner, so you continue on regardless of the sudden loss of the person who seemed in charge of this mysterious place. We are to read a book you keep forgetting you have. This is a prompt that I feel like I know what TBR things I have. So it's not necessarily that I forget that I have it, but I do have like a section of mass market books that are not like on my strict shelves because of how small they are. They fit on like, I have like a book cart. And I definitely don't feel like I reach for them as much as everything else that I read. So I think that's gonna be the closest we can get to with reading a book that I've forgotten that I have is a mass market. So okay, and so I just finished reading a sci-fi type of book in my last vlog, so I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to pick, but I keep looking at this one, which is the start of a series. It is sci-fi, but it's something that like I bought a few years ago, because like obviously, and it's just been there, and because I don't reach for my mass markets very often, I do sort of forget that this is over there. It's something that I definitely want to read. We're gonna go with this, Grimspace by Anne Aguirre. This is the first book in the Sarantha Jax series, which is the name of our main character, I'm pretty sure. And it also looks like I can get the audiobook through my library, which I might do just depending on how I'm going about the beginning of my week. Or I should say, I guess the weekend. It is Saturday already. And the back, because I don't remember a ton about this. I've read other Anne Aguirre, specifically other Anne Aguirre that was sci-fi. This is the same author as like Strangelove, which is a sci-fi alien romance that she did as an indie book. Like she self-published that and everything, but I absolutely loved it. And I've also read one book with her and Rachel Kane that did like a YA sci-fi sort of thing. So like I know I want to read more by this author, and this is one of her older ones because it has like a whole series. It says, as the carrier of a rare gene, Jax has the ability to jump ships through Grimspace, a talent that cuts into her life expectancy but makes her a highly prized navigator for the Corps. But then the ship she's navigating crash lands, and she's accused of killing everyone on board. It's hard for Jax to defend herself. She has no memory of the crash. Imprisoned and subjected to a ruthless interrogation, Jax is on the verge of madness. Then a mysterious man breaks into her cell, offering her freedom for a price. March needs Jax to help his small band of rogue fighters break the Corps monopoly on interstellar travel and establish a new breed of jumper. Jax is only good at one thing, Grimspace, and it will eventually kill her, so she may as well have some fun in the meantime. I'm going to assume we're going to get some romance going on here. It could be slow burn, but I feel like out of the things that I've read before, I would be expecting that from this author. But also, I really do like these covers, and I'm just very curious about this series. Again, it's been over there in my TBR for a little while, so I think this is the one that we're going with. of Sunday. I'm literally coming to steal time to talk to you guys while the kids are in the bath with Leon watching them. And I have not had time today because we actually went and saw Zootopia 2 today, which was absolutely amazing. We haven't had a movie with the kids since like the Minecraft movie earlier this year. And they did very well. Near the end, they were a little bit like, when is it over? But like personally, we thought it was really, really good. Like, I think I might like it more than the first Zootopia, even though I really liked that one as well. It had a lot of like Easter eggs for things that like are Disney, but also not Disney, that are maybe more for the parents, because I don't think the kids would have necessarily gotten it exactly, especially mine, who are only 3 and 6, but it was so, so good. And then, because December is tomorrow, we did decide to set up the Christmas tree and stuff. I usually wait until December 1st and do it around the 1st or on a weekend, but we were all gonna be busy with school and stuff on the 1st, and then this next weekend we have stuff going on as well. So we did do it today. Again, the kids did a great job. They basically did all the ornaments by themselves. And so because of that kind of stuff, I didn't really have a time to sit down and talk to you guys. I did attempt to start Grimspace by Anne Aguirre. Let me just tell you that, and I know this is because I'm American, but we have this last name here, and it is Aguirre. But apparently, because I started listening to it on audio, the narrator mentions it's Anne Aguirre, and I was just like, excuse me, I had to look it up. Apparently this is more of a Spanish, like Spain last name, and so some people do pronounce it in the Spanish way, Aguirre, but then it has been Americanized for people here as well. So there are people that have Aguirre, because I never would have thought to look up this as a last name to figure out how it's pronounced, because in my head I have always known it to be Aguirre. So I am so sorry. I have been butchering this author's last name for years, and I never would have known if I didn't pick up the audiobook. Now, I listened to over 30 minutes of the audiobook while I was doing things, because that's usually what I do with audiobooks. I pull them out while I'm driving or doing chores, or sometimes playing games that aren't things that I need to pay attention to the story. I kept spacing out during the audiobook, and it shouldn't have been something that I was spacing out for. Like, I wasn't doing anything that should have used a bunch of brain power necessarily. So I don't know 100% if it is the audiobook or the book or me. I'm gonna have to attempt this again. I scrapped what I listened to today. I just could not count it in good conscience as me reading the book, because I don't really know what was going on. The writing style, I will say, and again, because it could have been because of the audiobook, was a little bit weird to start into. Like, it's not anything that's necessarily bad, but it was like a little bit, it was just a little bit weird. But again, it could have been because of the audiobook. I don't know. I'm so thankful for the audiobook. The narrator sounded fine, and I'm so happy that I now know that I was pronouncing her name wrong. But I'm gonna attempt this again tonight, I think. Maybe physically, maybe with both physical and audio. We'll see. Because I do want to try this again. I do not think I'm DNFing it, at least as of right now. I just don't know what was going on, and I don't know if it was me or it or what. But yeah. So I'm gonna attempt this again, which means today was, I guess, sort of moot with reading, because I did not read this book yesterday, even though we picked it. We picked it a little bit late because of other things, but I should have read more today. We were busy. I didn't. I need to focus on this so we can read some more stuff. I'm gonna try again. What's in door number 1? Okay, that's enough. Okay, those are your instructions. What's in there?
A Play-Doh.
Oh, a rolling pin. Play-Doh and a cookie cutter. Perfect. Ooh. You don't need this part. And then this will probably be for how you do this. It's showing you how you do this part. So you can make a tree and then put Play-Doh ornaments. We can do that later. Presley, you ready? Where's your door number 1?
It's right here.
Okay. Yes, they're in a different spot. Oh, you get to make a thing. It looks like Alex and, I don't know, is that a cake or something maybe? A present? Maybe it's a present. Yeah. Okay, every year I get the jam calendar. Oh, every year. And look, they have little boxes this year. Oh, number 2's for tomorrow. We're going to do this one. You will see in a second. The kids are very excited. They want to try more jam. They want to see what color it is. No, I don't have a chocolate advent like you. But sometimes they'll have chocolate or caramel kinds in here, but usually it's jam. Let's see. Ooh, wild blueberry and maple syrup jam. That looks cute. I think we had this last year. It was very good. Hello everyone. It is Monday morning, and as you saw earlier, we did do our advent already. I'm just about ready to edit last week's vlog, so that's what I'm going to be doing. That's why she's over here. But I did want to let you know, I did try this again last night. I am 49 pages into this now, which is around where I got to before in the audio when I realized I had no idea what was actually going on. And I think it's just, even though I liked the voice of the narrator that we were using, I think the way it was done didn't read as well on audio for me personally as it is physically, because I am actually pretty invested now. I definitely want to see what's going on. Basically, we're following Samantha Jax, who is a jumper who can go into Grimspace. And basically that means she's like the navigator of a ship who is paired with a pilot, and Grimspace helps them go to different beacons and like do faster than light speed travel. Not many people can actually do this, and usually you end up going crazy or like out of your head at some point while you're doing this, which means you basically die. You're destined to die young, pretty much. At the start of this story, she is in this sort of prison, sort of psych ward type of thing, because apparently before this story started, there was some catastrophe or crash or something that happened during one of her Grimspace jumps, and her pilot has died, as pretty much everybody else as well. But apparently that's a very big thing, because pilots and their jumpers are like super close-knit. They could be lovers, they don't have to be. It sounds like she pretty much was with hers, so she is going through this like big emotional stuff, and then she gets broken out of this jail psych ward thing, and that's basically as far as we've gotten to right now. We've had a little bit of action and stuff. We're having a few different characters that we're getting introduced to that like helped her break out. Obviously, one is somebody else that is like a pilot for her. And we'll see how that goes, because they've only had to do like one Grimspace jump so far. I have no idea where else this is going to go. This is like a 6-book series too, so if I really like this, I'm going to definitely want more. This is actually one that I picked up used at a used bookstore in Arizona. That's why it's been so long. But yeah, very curious about this one, and so I'm glad that I tried again. The audiobook was just, I don't know, my brain was not retaining the information whatsoever. So that is actually perfect timing. That is my timer. We are attempting potty training. She's just too headstrong and has been refusing for a while, so now we're trying like put a timer on and let's at least go try. And so she was the one that said 5 minutes more, and so that was 5 minutes. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna edit. What are you making, Elliot?
Me making a body puddle on my paper.
Oh, you're painting a muddy puddle and your paper airplane? Okay. Chocolate Advents first. What door are we looking for? Number 2.
It's right here.
You got yours? Okay.
My number 2.
Let's see, where's your number 2?
Here.
Good job, you found it. Before I did. Let's see, on this side.
Attack it again!
What did you get,
We
Shani?
have a chocolate.
Oh, chocolate with a bell in the middle. Cool. Okay, let's see what Elliot gets.
Look at the bag.
It has a glove in the middle. That's so cute. Okay, so Presley needs to find door number 2.
Here, next to 5.
Okay.
5.
Ooh, you look like you're gonna build a tree. That's so cool. Got your Legos. Okay, number 2 for you, Elliot. Uh-huh. Pull the door. It is. Pull the door. Oh, what'd you get? What'd you get?
Hello. We got the snowflake.
Oh, a snowflake cutter and Play-Doh.
Yeah, Play-Doh carrot.
It's a light blue. That's so cool.
Oh, we just pay it for now.
You can. Just a second. Presley's building his tree.
That's Tata's tape.
Yeah. Oh, and it came with an axe.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Mommy, that's Tata's tape.
That's awesome, dude.
Door number 3.
Well, 3 is tomorrow. You guys can try door number 2's jam. Let's see. Let's make sure it's right.
Are they in number order?
They actually are in number order, yes.
Same like Elliot's. It's same like
Fig and cardamom.
Mommy, it's
Okay, fig and cardamom. They like to try with a spoon.
you don't like that.
Are you sure? Do you want to try? Okay, well, I'm going to probably put some on some toast, and then half the time she steals my toast, so. Okay, so today is Tuesday, and we are going to be running some errands. Elliot is back here over here with me, and actually, so is that box. I had to go to the post office to go pick up a present because it was supposed to be shipped, and I did not know that it was the USPS carrier, but obviously that box is too big for the box that I have to normally pick up my mail, so I did have to go and grab it from the post office today, which is fine because I need to do errands anyway. But now we're at Five Below because Elliot is going to go pick out Christmas presents for everyone. This is something that we have done since Presley was probably 2. I don't think we did it when he was 1, because that was in 2020 and that kind of thing. I want to say it was probably when he was 2, but we have always had the kids buy presents for the family, so they're not just receiving presents, they're also buying things. And when we moved here to Washington last year, they didn't have a Five Below. We had them in Arizona, and they are like the perfect place for the kids to buy presents because a lot of the things are under $5 or like $5 or less. They do have some things that are a little bit more expensive, but the variety that they have electronic type things, or like, you know, electronic accessories. They have a lot of like fandom and kids toys and blind boxes and things like that. We absolutely love it. So they opened this Five Below here at the very beginning of November, and I'm so excited to let the kids buy presents at Five Below again. Last year we were doing Daiso, which is sort of cheaper, but like didn't have as much variety for them to pick from. And last year we were doing Target. Obviously we're not right now. We're doing Five Below. I'm so excited. Elliot is ready. She's gonna be picking out presents. Let's do it. That is a 7 number. You wanna go that way? Oh, mommy, hold it. Where are we gonna go? You don't know? Let's go look. Okay. Okay, you can open 3. Ooh, what color is it? Yellow?
Dad.
Yes, good Play-Doh. That's it. Let me see.
Number 3.
Whoa, that's a cool yellow.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Oh, Leslie's turn to find number 3. What is it? Legos to build. What is that? A crafting table and a torch
And a shovel.
and a shovel. Well, that's pretty cool. Nice.
Let me build.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy, that's Play-Doh again. Mommy, why we gotta Play-Doh again? You always
get Play-Doh every day in that calendar.
We always get Play-Doh.
Yeah.
My big one.
In the big one, yes. Just like how Presley always gets Lego.
Open it.
Okay, you can open it.
Double PIT here.
Okay, number 3.
Jam doesn't
Spend time with loved ones. I don't know. Let's see what jam it has.
We have you find double
You
PIT.
did help me find it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, they're actually in number order, so it's so. Another.
Yeah, it is another jam. It is plum, pear, and star anise. Okay. So I filmed a video today, and Elliot is watching The Grinch. I'm going to be reading instead of editing, at least for now. I need to edit because today's Wednesday. Video goes up tomorrow. Oh my gosh! Video goes up tomorrow, so I do need to edit later. But I did not read yesterday. We were just so busy with Christmas stuff. It's not Daddy. It's not Daddy. It's me. Hello. I'm not talking to Daddy. Oh, Daddy's on this phone. Hello? Hello. Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Daddy's here.
Daddy's at work. Upstairs, working. So like I was saying, I need to read today. I did not read yesterday because of all the Christmas stuff we did. You saw we took Elliot and I wrapped some of the stuff. So that means while she watches The Grinch, and this is the newest one, she turned the lights on. Okay, thank you. Good job. Let me tell you, that switch, one of the best things that we purchased a few years ago to turn on. Yeah, you pulled the lever. The Benedict Cumberbatch version, that's her favorite one. So I'm gonna let her watch that. I'm gonna read, because I didn't get to finish anything yesterday. I read like 30 something more pages on Monday, but now it's Wednesday, and we only have a couple more days this week, and I'm behind, obviously. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, Presley.
Where is here?
Ooh, up there.
Good
job.
A keeper.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
Okay. Yes, now you're 4.
Got a Play-Doh.
Yeah, I think you might got Play-Doh too. Ooh, what kind?
Again.
Wow, that's a nice yellow. That's like a normal yellow because yesterday's was a little bit more greeny yellow. That's so cool. Good job. And yeah, and then Presley's gonna make this creeper. Oh, lots of pieces today. Nice.
Whoa.
That's a pretty cool piece. So it looks like he's already walking even though he's small.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Got that open.
Oh, you're gonna open it for me? Okay. Okay.
That's Benjamin.
Let me see.
Tomato yarn.
Tomato jam, is it? It says cherry and violet leaves.
Mommy, look at that. Cherry and violet leaves. Mommy, look. Look at that.
Okay, it is Thursday, and I'm cutting this vlog close again because for some reason, it took me a while to read this one. I read 100 pages yesterday, like a little over 100 pages, and still had not finished this book. So I had to finish it today. It is now like 2 p.m. and we need to get on with this. I finished it. I officially finished it. I debated on my rating for this one, especially near the middle-ish, the stuff I was reading yesterday, stuff I was reading today. I was thinking maybe like 3.5. Like, I don't think, because 3s for me are like middling, you know, like it's fine. There's stuff that I probably don't like, but like overall it's fine. There was nothing bad about this. I do think that with the ending, the last, I don't know, maybe not like a full 100 pages, but like the last bit that I read today, I think it was a little bit better than a 3.5, and I do think I want to continue in the series, so I'm going with a 4. It's probably actually like a 3.75, but I don't do quarter points, so we're gonna go with a 4. We're gonna round up, because this is one of those things where I really like our main character of Jax. Like, she usually goes by just Jax, not her whole name. And there's a little bit of romance, but besides her being the main character, there's not as much focus on everybody else. Like, I didn't feel like we got to really know the side characters or the love interest or have much depth to the romance and relationship. Like, I was just wanting a little bit more from everything. This is very like wide scope sci-fi in the fact that we have tons of different aliens and alien worlds and stuff that they eventually like talk about, and we get to meet a couple of those like non-humanoid creatures, and I really like the idea of that. Like, I think the world building is very interesting, and this author, Anna Aguirre, is somebody that like did Strangelove, which I absolutely loved, and that was a sci-fi romance where the main guy is not human. So I do feel like she has that in her. And this is an older book, an older series, but I really do want to continue with it, even though it was a little bit slow in the middle, and I did not feel for the characters as much as I should have, except for our main character. Like, I feel like that was done well. The world building is definitely there, but I was just wanting more from it. But I can't 100% complain about a lot of things, except for wanting more. And so I do want to continue with the series, so I'm going to give it a 4-star. Now, that was actually a book we read for last week's prompt, because I got behind last week. So like I said, we need to kick up the pace here. So what I am thinking, let me pull up our stuff here. The first prompt that we have for this week is prompt number 13. And so it says, no matter, we won't worry you too much about where she disappeared to. Oh yeah, the librarian disappeared in the previous prompt, I want to say. You all head toward the glowing light and find a door off to the side filled with books covered in the classic vintage romance covers, women adorning them beautifully. Ariadne rushes in because of course she does. I suppose you all could take a moment to peruse these books, if anything, as a break from endless stares. So we have a side quest. You do not have to complete this. So this week technically has 3 prompts, but 1 is a side quest. So we only have 2 prompts. It's to read a sapphic book. I do want to complete this side quest, but I think I'm going to combine it with our next prompt. So I'm still not trying to do like 3 more books this week when we only have like today and tomorrow left. So let's move on to prompt 14. Our little side adventure has ended and we continue down the stairs. Suddenly we arrive at a rounded room with 5 different doors, with 5 different distinct colors. There is no riddle, no guide to tell us which door to go through. Hesitantly, Hawthorne stands in the middle of the room. It seems they also don't know where we should go. Shall we pick a door at random and see what awaits us? So that prompt is to pick a book at random out of a selection of 5. So what I have done is picked 5 sapphic books off my shelf. I'll show them to you really quickly now, and then I'm going to do like a spinner wheel, I think, to pick which one we're actually going to read. So starting, basically, we're just going to go in alphabetical order by author's name because that's how I had them on my TBR. We have Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake. Obviously, this is going to be a sapphic romance. That's Christmassy. It would be perfect for the season. I then also have Outdrawn by Deanna Gray. This was a Rainbow Crate book, so this is indie published, and it's going to be sapphic with artists, illustrators, something like that. The plot points that we have here are rivals to lovers, workplace romance, hot girls riding motorcycles, and art competitions. So like, okay. The next one I have here is Love in Focus by Lila Lee. This was an Afterlight book that was picked for this year. I read a different book by Lila Lee that was a young adult that I absolutely loved, so I'm very curious about a sapphic adult romance. I then also have Anywhere You Go by Bridget Morrissey. This is supposed to be like a switching places situation, sort of like The Holiday, which is one of my favorite holiday movies. Obviously, this is not set in the holidays, but it's two women who switch houses for like vacation or something, and then one of them is in a sapphic romance. So like, yes. And then the last one I have here is Can't Spell Treason Without T by Rebecca Thorne. This one is fantasy romance, but again, it's going to be sapphic. So a little bit of variety here, again, mostly sapphic romance stuff, but we're gonna do a spinner to see which one we're actually gonna read. Okay, I inputted our names here on the spinner wheel, and we are just going to tap to spin and see which one we get. Okay, it was very close. I was very curious. We are gonna do Love and Focus, which I'm good with. Some of these books I have read from these authors before, other ones I have not. And this is one that I have obviously read from before. And I'm very curious about the translation from me knowing her as a YA author going into the adult space. And this is gonna be about like, I think a writer for a magazine or something like that, and a photographer. I think they've known each other before, and at least one of them is going through a breakup, and they're trying to keep their relationship professional. Maybe they were previously dating. I don't 100% know anymore, but I'm very, very excited to jump into this one. And it's very pretty. Just don't go too far. Just run in there, okay. You got 5 already? Okay.
We got green Play-Doh.
Ooh, green Play-Doh. Yay, that's a good color. Okay, what about you, Presley? Do you find 5?
Right here.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Mommy, Dad. Mommy, mine is the older on the Dad's.
That's pretty cool. Lots of pieces to make.
Yeah. Let me open it, Mom.
Oh, Mommy already got it. Thank you, though. You can help tomorrow. We have apple caramel cinnamon. Another rainy day, which is nice. I like the rain. I don't mind, and it's not like too much. It rained yesterday. Elliot's saying it's windy too. Raining today. It's supposed to rain for like the next week. And windy. Oh, a lot of windy. Okay. But we are going home from dropping Presley off at school. He has challenge school today, so I will have to pick him up from that school later and bring him back. Fridays are always one of my busiest days, and Elliot has gym. Gym class has actually changed time a little bit. They moved it up by like 35 minutes, which is not too crazy, but that gives us more time between gym and picking up Presley, but less time between dropping him off at school and going. So I read 100 pages in my book last night. Took just about an hour total, which means I have about probably 2-ish hours left because it's like a 312 page book, something like that. I really need to read it because today is the last day of the vlog. I don't know if we're going to get to a second book today, but I should be filming and editing and stuff too. However, it's rainy and the schedule has changed a little bit where I don't know exactly like how long I actually have in between stuff. Like right now, after taking Presley to school, I have a couple hours before I actually have to like leave the house to go to gym. And I don't know if that's quite enough time, especially since I need to read. So I think at least for now, we're gonna prioritize reading, which means maybe no Saturday video. I hate that I'm doing this where, I don't know, it seems like since we started Clear Your Shit, I've been dropping videos a little bit more, but I'm trying to focus on reading a little bit more. So it should be okay. No, you can't get out, it's raining and you didn't want your rain jacket. So we're almost home. We will do that. Okay, so we are back home. We've had some breakfast because I did not get to eat before taking Presley to school today. And we're gonna be reading more in Love and Focus. This is actually what the underneath looks like. This was an Afterlight edition, and I like having stuff on the hardcover where it's like on the hardcover, full color, all that kind of thing. And like I said, I got 100 pages in yesterday. We're like right below 1/3 of the way in, and I was pretty much right with the synopsis of this. So basically we have two main characters. Gemma is like our main character. We're mostly in her point of view. And then we also have Celeste over here, who we've had like 2 chapters in her point of view. And Celeste is Gemma's ex from college. She is the reason that Gemma realized she is bi. And so Gemma is bi, Celeste is a lesbian, and they had a relationship for, I think she said, about a year in college, and then Celeste basically up and left and moved back to Seoul in Korea and ghosted her and like never contacted her again. We start off this book with Gemma basically having just been in a 7-year, I want to say it was, 7-year relationship with a whole fiance and everything, and he broke up with her and said he just doesn't love her anymore. And now she's gonna have to work on this modern love in focus at her magazine because she's a journalist. And Celeste is now the photographer that is going to be assigned to her to do this with her, even though they have a past and things like that. And obviously you can tell as you're reading this, they both sort of have feelings for each other. So this is definitely like sort of a second chance romance type of situation. And so far I'm very invested. I just want to see where this is going to go. I'm loving the writing style and the characters and everything. And I mean, like, that doesn't surprise me because I have read, like I said, a different book by Lila Lee. It was I'll Be the One, where it was her character doing like K-pop sort of stuff. She was plus sized and bi, and I just really loved the way she did all that kind of stuff. It does not look like any of our main characters are plus sized, but we do have like some side characters where it's been mentioned a little bit. Like we have a very big cast of characters here, which I enjoy. So we have a little bit of time, probably about almost an hour until we actually need to get ready and like go to gym because our timing's off a little bit. So I'm gonna read and see how much more we can get through. Okay, so it is actually Saturday, and it's been Saturday all day. It's 8:30. The kids just got into a bath with Leon so that we can get them all ready for bed. And I really thought I was going to finish this yesterday. This is Love and Focus. This is the Under the Dust jacket. I will put this back on. And I did not get to finish it yesterday, mostly because our new schedule with the gym class being a little different and still having to go pick up Presley from challenge school and things like that. I got to read almost 45 minutes last time I talked to you guys, and then did not get a chance to read the rest of the day. Today, Saturday, we started doing a lot of stuff for Christmas things, things that I will put in the other vlog just because, like, I've never closed out this part of the video. Since I did finish this and never closed out this video, I'm just gonna actually slip this in here. We did not catch up as much as I wanted to because we started this week a little bit behind with the different things that we were reading, but I did end up finishing this one today before dinner time. So yeah, I am going to give it a 4-star. I liked the writing style. I thought it was very easy to read, which is, like, in my mind what it was with I'll Be the One, which I absolutely loved, 5 out of 5 stars. This is just obviously an adult romance sort of thing. We were a lot of Gemma's point of view, which is first person. We had a few chapters of Celeste's point of view, but they were third person. And because of that, I didn't like her chapters as much. I'm not somebody that like prefers first over third in general. I do think I usually prefer first person in romances just because I like to feel what the main character is feeling. Like I like to know that. But I think my biggest thing was just that the fact that it went back and forth. Like one character was first, one character was third, and I just didn't like that jump as much. The main reason this is a 4-star is it just felt like it was taking forever to get through those romance beats that I wanted. This book had some, I guess, like good luck of like when I read it in it, because it actually takes place over like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, going into Valentine's Day stuff. So like that more wintry fall time, which we're, you know, in right now because it is almost going to be Christmas soon. And so I liked that, even though this cover doesn't really scream like this is a winter book, and like none of those holidays were the main focus of this. So I would not call this like a Christmas romance or anything like that. But we had little hints of that, which if I would have read this at a different time of year, I don't know if I would have been like, oh, that's so cool because it's going to be Christmas soon. But it took place over many, many months for most of this. And then later in the back, we actually had more time jumps so that this whole book took place like over a whole year. Like it's at least a year, a little bit over a year. And so because of that, I kept just like wishing for like more, to be a little bit quicker, to like get more into like the meat of the actual romance and the relationship. I liked what we were reading. We had a lot of good discussion about queer relationships, and especially like in the focus of potentially being from Korea who had moved here to the States, as well as somebody who was born in the United States and doing that kind of stuff, like being bi or lesbian, that kind of stuff. Like I liked the look into those things. But I wanted more from the actual like romantic buildup and relationship stuff. This had a lot of steamy, sexy scenes. I thought they were very well written. Just keep that in mind. So it is a second chance romance sort of thing, but it was more friends with benefits at a point, that I was wishing for more of like the actual like getting into the romance relationship versus just the more sexy times, which, I know, to each their own. Some people might like that more. I still had fun with this. 4 stars. I just wanted a little bit more, but overall, we're now going to end week 5 of Clear Your Shit here, even though it took us a little bit longer. And then we're going to be obviously jumping straight into Clear Your Shit week 6. Still a little bit behind, but hopefully we will catch up this week. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I have videos coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so I will see you then. Bye!